Hello. So if you're watching this video, then you are part of chemistry, but you are starting out the year as a distance learner or virtual learner for now. So some of this PowerPoint we are going to go over in class on the first day. I'm recording this on Tuesday, so I actually don't have everything completely ready yet, so I'm going to skip over some things for those of us online, but you will get further instruction in an email where this video will come to you from. So if you don't know what I look like, I tried to do a webcam shot with my video on this video, but it wasn't working, so I included my school picture from last year. So that's me, Miss Lomler. I'm the only chemistry teacher here at Benton Central. Some things about me: I am the student council sponsor and also the Science Olympiad coach for our high school. And so this picture is our team from last year that competed at the regional tournament, and we did qualify for state by placing third at our regional tournament, and unfortunately the state competition was canceled. But we hope to do something this year. I graduated from St. Joseph's College in 2012, and so this is going to be, and I came to Benton Central right after that, so this is going to be my 9th year teaching and my 9th year at BC, so it's been a fun time so far. I like all kinds of science, and my favorite scientist is Albert Einstein, so I have his picture right there, and this is a picture of my cat Bunsen, and I'm a very big nerd sometimes, and yes, I named my cat after a Bunsen burner, so there you go. Some fun things I did this summer. Well, I don't know about you, but I didn't get to do a lot like I normally do over the summertime. All of these pictures are with my parents because that's basically what I was able to do, is meet up with my parents. My parents live in Fort Wayne. I grew up in Fort Wayne, and so for the first months of COVID, we did not get together just to be safe. And so I hadn't seen them since Christmas, and I finally got to see them for the first time at the beginning of June, and after that then we started meeting up with each other every single week over the summer. So it was a lot of fun to see them. My dad's kind of funny. We wore our masks. They were still covering our mouth and our nose, but you know, a little inappropriately. We met up and did a lot of hiking, so we went to a lot of state parks. This is a picture after we finished what's called the Hell's Point Challenge at Pokagon State Park, which is north of Fort Wayne, northeast Indiana. And we also went for ice cream, which that was fun. We almost started eating the ice cream and got it on our masks almost. And then something else I did all summer long was, I am an avid runner. I don't necessarily run fast or far all the time, but I was able to, for 77 consecutive days, run at least 1 mile a day. Actually, I'm recording this on Tuesday before school starts. Monday we had some storms, and I tried to go running, but it was thundering, so I thought I'd be safe, and my streak ended, unfortunately. So I'll just have to start again. So we're going to kind of skip over the classroom guide. I'm going to put it on you as the student at home. You're taking responsibility of your education this year. Everybody is. To read the classroom guide yourself at home. There will be an assignment, quote unquote, that you need to complete to tell me that you understand what's all involved in that discipline plan. But so I'm going to kind of skip over that. And unfortunately, you can pause the video if you want to. In class, when we talk about it, I've got some fun memes, so if you need a pause so that you can read over the memes, you go for it. But unfortunately, I'm not going to take that time right now in this video. So hopefully you think I'm a cool teacher because I included all these memes into the video. Exam security, that's one with distance learning. I don't know exactly what we're doing yet, but you have a quiz on Friday that has a password, so I'm going to email you the password for you to take it, so you can't take it till Friday. And you'll need your laptop all the time. Okay, so something that's super important in chemistry is Moldex. Now, in order for this to actually work with students at home at any time during the year, I have gone completely virtual. So in the last 8 years, I have physically handed out a little piece of paper that looks like the mold book pictured, and then it was up to the students at the end of the 9 weeks to turn them in. But this year we are going virtual. So these are your only form of extra credit in class. You get one for having a birthday. You get them for turning stuff in. We do a chemistry pun, which next week when I post the first chemistry pun, that'll be an assignment that you have 48 hours to complete on its learning, and you can still earn them that way. And then at the end of the 9 weeks, you can turn them in for extra credit. But this year, unfortunately, there will be no transferring of mold books. You can't give them to a friend, or you can't get them from a friend. And also, it's gonna be a little different. But if at any time you need to know how many mold books you have, just send me an email, ask me, and I can tell you. I have a spreadsheet with everybody's names in them, and I'm gonna keep track of it that way. Also, if you have an older sibling or a friend who previously took chemistry and they were nice enough to give you some mold books, you have until August 31st, and I'm going to send a reminder out before then, but you have until August 31st to submit any physical mold books you still have in your possession that you would like to use for this year. And I will add that to your total in my little spreadsheet. But after the 31st, then they are no longer valid if it is a paper mold book. So if you're at home and you have mold books that you want to add to your account, personally email me and we can talk about how will we turn those in to be added to your account. Okay? But they're a lot of fun. It's just gonna be a little modified this year with mold books, but it'll still be fine. So supplies that you will need. Obviously you will need your Chromebook. If you are ever in class and we are watching a video, you will need headphones. I do not like to listen to my voice 24 times at different points of the same video in the classroom. I don't know about you, but I don't always like my own voice either. So having headphones is very important. At the bookstore here at school, they are $1.50 to get a pair of headphones that'll work with your Chromebook. I know a lot of us nowadays have the AirPods or Bluetooth headphones that do not connect to your Chromebook. You will need a pair of headphones that plug into your Chromebook. So if you cannot afford to get those, come and talk to me separately. Dollar Tree has some. I've gotten the Dollar Tree ones and they work just fine. So let me know if you can't get those, but you will need them. Also, you will need some sort of scientific calculator. This is the kind that I have in my classroom. It's like a $12 calculator. It's not the most expensive thing in the world, but you could use a graphing calculator. You could use a different brand scientific calculator. Basically, it just needs to be scientific or graphing. And if you do not have those, sometimes your phone does have an app for that, but if you are ever in my classroom, you don't get to use your phone as your calculator for a test or a quiz. So you'll need to know how to use a separate calculator. And there's also some online options as well. So we will cover those, but chapter 3 is, so probably at the end of August is when we'll first need those. Also, with supplies, if you were at home, they said we're not sending home paper copies of anything. So anything that may be given out as a paper copy and in our classroom will be posted online for you. So that if you have access to a printer, you are welcome to print it off yourself. That's why I still kept on here binders and binder tab dividers. If you have access to a printer, you can print off all of the documents that I have. But everything will be converted so that you could do it electronically. But that means when taking notes, you might just need a notebook to take your own notes on paper, okay? And so that's why I said paper as well. Okay, so our ways that we're gonna get digital resources in this class. The primary way to find resources, assignments, and any other information about this class will be on It's Learning. So you have It's Learning in your bookmarks. It's benton.itslearning.com, and this will be what it looks like, maybe this way, when you log in, okay? So there's 2 ways to find our chemistry class. You could go to courses and find the Chem 1 tab, or you could find it under courses here. And when you go to it, now again, I said I'm recording this before school starts, so everything is not updated yet, even though we need it for the first day of school, so it will get there. Sometimes on the overview page, I will put links or I'll put updates for you. I will put a link to an assignment that you have. Let me try to switch this to student view. Then, and then if you ever have assignments, then it will have tasks, like you have a Who Are You? That's one of your first assignments to do. Hopefully you have used It's Learning in a different class, but if not, that's fine. Another place that's going to be super important up here in this tab line is resources. So we have chapter pages and assignments. Chapter pages are where you're going to find the videos for notes and other information. So the first thing we start with is lab safety and equipment. So I have a spot that has paper resources. Here's all the handouts. I also have answer keys for you, so that's really nice. And then over here are your note videos for this, okay? And then I try to put other information as well. So for chapter 1, that's what we'll start next week. There are information for you there, okay? And then for assignments, these will be listed when you need them. So if you can't find it on the overview page, you can also go to resources assignments and find it there, okay? So primary source of information is It's Learning. I'm an It's Learning teacher. Okay, but also sometimes it's easier to give you stuff on Google Classroom. So I do also have a Google Classroom. So you will need to sign up for Google Classroom, and if you sign up by next Friday, August 21st, you will earn a MOLBUC for that. So you'll get a MOLBUC point for signing up for Google Classroom. And the code is here, okay? And then also another way to earn a MOLBUC is to sign up for our Remind class code. Now, all of 3 of these options, even though you may be virtually at home for the full first 9 weeks, for the entire year, whatever it is, those are all still going to be used by my students who are coming to class in person. So maybe there might be times when things go out on those, especially over Remind, that does not pertain to you. But unfortunately, I do not have enough groups on Remind that I can make a separate group for digital learners. So, but if you sign up for chemistry in Remind, then you can get a MOLBUC for that too. And you can sign up through a phone, for texting, through the app. You can sign up through email. If you need more help with Remind because you haven't used it before, just let me know. And then also at any time, you can always contact me through email. Okay, so I put that there too. So this is where you're going to find your digital resources. Also, something that I don't have posted on It's Learning yet because It's Learning isn't ready, is I'm going to email out a schedule to you every week. And so Monday through Friday, it will list what you need to do. And I'm trying to highlight in different colors It's Learning information versus Google Classroom information so that you don't get confused. Sometimes we're going to use a lot of It's Learning and no Google Classroom, and sometimes we'll use both. But we will always use It's Learning. Just Google Classroom supplements because it's easier to turn some stuff in sometimes there. Okay. For my class, you're not going to be required to join a Zoom call during class because I have the videos pre-recorded from previous years. But if you find that you're struggling and it's going to be a review day and it might help you to come in through Zoom, then we can make that happen. Okay? But I'm not going to require that unless you specifically request it from me and you need to be in contact with me. And then all assignments will be due, this is a school rule, at the end of the class the following day unless it's otherwise stated on the schedule. So if I don't put a due date, then that means that it's due the next day. Okay? So I'm still working on this too. I still have to fill out Friday. But on Friday, you're going to have a safety quiz on It's Learning to take. So we'll talk about that. I'll send you some more information about that later. Okay, so the first assignments you need to do are the Who Are You assignment on It's Learning. Just for me to get to know you, to just know some information about who you are. And then also, it's not on there yet, but it will be posted soon. There will be a discipline plan agreement form. Normally, I have you sign the document, have your parents sign the document, and then return that for a MOLBUC. But to try and get away from paper, and especially since you may be at home, then by you filling out this agreement form through Google Forms, I will have an electronic copy saying that you agree to all of the discipline plan as listed. So both of these assignments should be completed before class on August 14th so that you can get MOLBUCs for each of those. Okay? And I think that's it. So please, again, reach out to me through email if you have questions. I hope this video was good enough for day one. This is going to be a learning curve for both you and me as we continue through the year. So best of luck to you, and I hope to meet you someday in person, or at least maybe see your face over a Zoom call. We'll see. Talk to you later. Bye.